Earlier this month, the royal couple celebrated their wedding and even came to LA to continue the festivities. Now comes the latest news on the wedding front: a vending machine. We introduce you to a new allergy advocate who's making a difference and is just 16 years old. And just how are consumers saving on their groceries these days? For July 20th, 2011, this is Food News Today. Good morning. Immediately following Food News Today, we will continue with a live discussion in our chat room below. I hope you'll sign in and join us. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. The latest obesity counts were just released, state by state. The question is, are they correct? And what can we do about them? Colorado is still the least obese state at 19.8% of the population, and Mississippi takes the cake. Too literally, a little too much cake at 34.4% of their population being obese. Just how can we empower people to lose those extra pounds? Let us know what you think in the chat below, or feel free to email me, phil@supermarketguru.com. In Health and Wellness today, we meet Alex Simcoe, allergy advocate who has frankly had enough. Imagine having to sit all alone in the school cafeteria because of food allergies. More and more schools are trying to force just that with allergy-free tables in their lunchroom. Alex was forced to do that. She's severely allergic to peanuts and tree nuts, and as a child, she was also allergic to beef, corn, and eggs. She didn't let her food allergies get in the way of her self-confidence, though, and instead took her experiences to a higher level. She testifies in state assembly, meets with national legislators, and is frankly on a mission to help kids with food allergies. So, Alex, thanks for being here. Food allergies are serious businesses for many children, young and older adults. What's the #1 concern that you have?
Just keeping myself safe and making sure that I don't die from eating a peanut or anything else that I'm allergic to.
What's some of the legislation that you've helped get involved with and helped to pass?
The first bill that I started passing was in, I think it was 2007. It was to set in place set guidelines or voluntary guidelines for kids entering school with food allergies, because when I entered school, they didn't have any guidelines. Nobody had any idea what to do. So this just puts in place guidelines that can go on, like that people can go off of. Now I did the same thing on the national level. And then my most recent one is where schools put in place non-prescribed EpiPens or epinephrine injectors. So that way, in case someone doesn't know they have an allergy, or in case they have one and they just don't have an auto injector with them, if they go into anaphylactic shock, they'll be able to use the life-saving medicine.
Why do you think that all of a sudden food allergies have become so prevalent in this country?
I think people are noticing them more, and then also, they're obviously on the rise. If you look at the numbers, I think 1 in 25 Americans has a food allergy. But back in the 70s, nobody really knew what it was. And now that we're learning more about it and more that people are getting diagnosed, we're noticing it more, and it's becoming more of a headliner, so to speak, than just something that goes on in the background.
If you had to look into your crystal ball, what do you hope that all this work that you're doing is going to achieve for kids in the future?
I hope that it'll make their lives easier, because when I was going through just starting school and all that, I didn't have very many friends at all. And I just want them to be seen as normal and not abnormal like I was. Like, people treated me like I had some sort of disease, and I just don't want that to happen to anyone else. So I work really hard to make sure that they're safely fit in with the rest of society.
Well, that's a great objective, but Alex, let me just tell you something. There's no way that anybody could think of you as abnormal. You're exceptional. Let me ask one last question. What types of labels on food products do you find helpful yourself when you're shopping for foods?
Really, like the food labels that have it bold in the bottom that say may contain or contains or made in a facility with so-and-so allergen. Those are more helpful than the ones that have it listed, but when they're listed in the big paragraph of ingredients, those are more difficult to read because you have to read every single ingredient, and a lot of the fonts are really small. So I like it better when it's big and bold at the bottom.
If you could have a direct voice to every CEO of every food company in this country, what would you tell them that they should be doing to help you and other kids with food allergies?
Please just list the ingredients. Please use safe manufacturing processes, and just do whatever you can to make sure that these kids stay safe, because I know that I've had reactions from something as minor as touching an allergen. Think of what it would be like if I were to eat it. Like, I could almost lose my life, and I know that there are a lot of kids who have it worse than I do, and I just want to keep them safe. So please list the ingredients and use safe manufacturing processes, because that just makes a world of difference.
Alex, thanks so much for joining us. Keep up the good work, and I'm very proud to have you on Food News Today.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here.
To learn more about food allergies and to sign up for a free Food Allergy Buddy card, just go to supermarketguru.com. Food prices are going up, and shoppers are being frustrated by those extreme couponers out there who clean out the bargains and leave empty shelves for the rest of us. Supermarkets, drug chains, and mass merchants are all revising their coupon policies so that the normal shopper just can't save as much as they did just a couple months ago. In Economy and Spending, we surveyed our Supermarket Guru consumer panel to see how they're coping and just how they're saving money on their groceries. How much time do people spend planning their shopping and savings trips? Well, 73% of our panel spend 1 hour or less to prepare. Saving money is top of mind, with 70% saying that saving money is extremely important. So what kind of things are folks doing to save on their grocery bills? 86% are clipping print coupons, 64% are printing online coupons, and 63% are matching coupons to grocery circulars. Just over half, 58%, are making and sticking to a shopping list, which is one of the most important things and tools you can do. 25% are downloading coupons to their frequent shopper card. 4% are using mobile coupons. Certainly that's going to rise dramatically. Although financial circumstances have forced many of us to pinch pennies, it isn't just saving money that motivates people to employ these saving strategies. 62% do it out of necessity, while 53% do it to have extra money to spend on other things. But for 50%, it's just become a habit, a good habit, I might add, and 49% simply say they enjoy it. By the way, one thing that does have me very concerned, 6% are dumpster diving to find unused coupons in other people's garbage. In consumer trends, we look at the power of free food, that is. The idea is a simple one. Dress like a cow and get free food at Chick-fil-A. Imagine thousands of people practicing mooing as Chick-fil-A fans dress up like a cow to get free food at any of the chain's restaurants nationwide a couple Fridays ago. Now, it's the 7th year the chain has celebrated Cow Appreciation Day, featuring the restaurant's bovine mascots that urge consumers to eat more chicken. It's fun, it's a celebration, and certainly makes us challenge all the supermarket retailers out there. What can you do for your Customer Appreciation Day? You don't have to dress up as a cow. In Extreme Retail this morning, we take a look at one way to save $23,999. That's right, $23,999 and lots of time, and eliminate a lot of stress. We've discussed several innovative vending machines here on Food News Today before. Everything from vending machines that grow lettuce to ones that can make a pizza fresh in 60 seconds. They all provide inexpensive, convenient, and fun fare. Now here's the latest. A vending machine that could save a lot of couples from the astronomical cost and planning nightmare of a traditional wedding. Just imagine what the royals could have saved. Because for just $1, you can now say, I do. By the way, according to the Wedding Report, the average American wedding costs $24,000. So this just may be one of those really big ideas. AutoWed offers a quick hitch, a couple of rings and a personalized certificate for just $1. Audio prompts and specially produced music lead a couple through the process, using a bespoke retro keyboard and a VFD display, all wrapped in what else? Cadillac pink. Rings come inside plastic eggs, and a wedding receipt printer make it official. Now, the designers, a UK-based company, Concept Shed, described the machine as part parking meter, part Cadillac, and part cathedral, with a little steampunk thrown in. AutoWed even understands the nuances of modern love. Get this: press 1 for straight, 2 for gay, 3 for lesbian, or 4 for BFF. Of course, it doesn't end there. It even finishes up by offering, of course, a 10% discount on auto divorce, another machine that they're making. Let's turn to our chat right now. Again, we want to welcome Alex for being with us on our chat. And I guess I'm going to start with the first question today for Alex. Alex, and just type in your answer. In getting all this publicity and becoming so powerful on allergies, were you surprised? And what are some of the obstacles that you're facing personally now with all the interviews that you're getting and, frankly, meeting with some of the top legislators in the country? I was surprised that it took off so fast, and now the only problem I find is finding the time to do it all. It's wonderful to be recognized, and I'm grateful for every minute of it. And Alex, as I said before in our interview, keep up the good work. We need more people like you that really have a good understanding and a personal experience with allergies. Allergies are very serious, and also, as you are, I'm very concerned about this whole separation of students having to sit at other tables and what kind of deep psychological issues they may have later in life. Now, you came through it gloriously, and that's terrific. But I'm more concerned about some of the people that it really puts them more into a shell and they feel bad about something, frankly, that they've had nothing to do with. And with that, it looks like we have no more questions or comments today. Alex, thanks for joining us on our chat and on Food News Today. And for all of you, for Food News Today, I'm Phil Lempert. Thanks for joining us. If you have a colleague in retailing, the media, or a blogger who would also like to receive our advance email, I hope you'll send them to foodnewstoday.com to sign up. Next week's stories will be in your Tuesday email. Have a great week.